we went out to Loyola and we didn't come out. We didn't play a very good first half, and it's probably the first half of the year where we didn't have the energy, we didn't have the intensity, we didn't have the fight. We gave up a soft goal against Loyola, and they were battling hard to get a goal, and they came ready to play, and so we dug ourselves a goal. We dug ourselves a hole leading into the first half, and we talked at halftime, and we got a bunch of things sorted out, and we decided, how do we want to go out? Is that the way we want to go out? And we came back and we fought really hard in the second half, and had the total game in the second half, but we didn't put the ball in the back of the net, and that's the difference right now. I think we're defending pretty well, but we're not scoring goals. And at the beginning of the year, we were scoring goals, but we weren't defending very well. So that's kind of the ups and downs and the roller coasters of the season. But we're hoping here in the second half of the season that we can turn things around and be very solid defensively, not give up goals, and be opportunistic with our goal scoring opportunities. As a coach, you just kind of, I'll be honest, I haven't really had to do that much this year with these guys. I mean, they're a driven team. They come ready to play every game, and I think a little bit had to do with the travel and stuff. We woke up early. We drove all the way to Chicago, had a lot of downtime, played the game, and turned around. We got home at 4 or 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning the next day. So that's a tough trip. So fair play to these guys. I haven't had to do that a lot this year. I'm in a very motivated, very driven team, and they expected more out of themselves as well, and they responded in the second half. And I think they know what we're up against this week. The Michigan game is obviously a very important game. We know a lot of those players, a lot of those coaches, we're familiarity with the programs, and the really big game is on Saturday against the league leader in IPFW, and here at home, and so we're very excited for that, and I know the guys will be up for the challenge. Michigan game's always a big game. It's always a battle between two teams that, like I said, have a lot of familiarity with each other. The programs know a lot about each other. The coaches know a lot about each other. There's not going to be a lot of things that we don't know about each other. It's roll the ball out and see who wants the game more. We've had some great battles with them over the years, and I think we're both really striving hard and want to get a result on Wednesday to kind of springboard us into the weekend and our conference games. And I expect nothing less than a battle against our old friends at Michigan. It obviously helps our situation if we can come out and we can play well and play well against those schools. And I think there's just a lot of parity in college soccer this year, and it doesn't matter if you're the #1 team in the country or the number 204 team in the country. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day this year, and I think that's evidenced by the rankings. And in a game like Michigan where everybody knows each other, and like I said, there's not going to be a lot of things that we don't know, even a lot of surprises out there. It's just going to be, two teams battling that know each other a lot, that all want to win and get bragging rights on each other, and we're hoping for a really good crowd and a really great atmosphere and a great game for the fans. IPFW has done a great job. Mike Harper and his staff and their team have done a great job of really turning that program around, recruiting some great players. They got 2 good results, so they're leading the league right now. I think the 4 games that we have left in conference, they're 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the league right now. So it's really a good scenario for us because we hold our own fate in our own hands. We know what whenever our backs up are against the wall, we always come out fighting, and I expect a really tough game. And I know IPFW knows that they're not going to be in for an easy game against us, and I know they're going to be preparing hard for us. I'm sure they're going to be out the Michigan game watching us, scouting us, and I know they know that they're not going to be in for an easy game come Saturday. We just know that we got to take care of our own business. I mean, we set some goals out at the beginning of the year, and to be quite honest with you, every one of them is still attainable. We're not happy about where we stand, but we're putting all that in the past. We can't control what's happened in the past. We know we played well for stretches. Everyone's told us, what a good team that we have, and we've been unlucky and this and that. But we don't want to make excuses. It's in the past, and all we can control is the future. And to have our own destiny in our own hands is all we ask for. To be able to play the top 4 teams in the conference, to control our own fate, that's what we want. And we got to get a win against IPFW, and we know the Michigan game will be an important springboard for that.
It's a big game for us. It's a derby match. They're only an hour down the road, and although we're not in the same conference, the University of Michigan, Michigan State, whenever you get to play those guys, it's it's a big game for us, especially since a lot of us played together as youth players. You know, although we played together in the summer for the Michigan Bucks, you know, there's some trash talking coming for the upcoming season, and you know, I tend to stay kind of quiet, but you know, those guys, you know, they're great players. You know, Adam Shaw, Kofi, Brian Klumzak. You know, those guys are all great players, and you know, I hope that our team just comes out and we play like we know how to play, and you know, I think that we can come out with a W.
How important is it to get the W against the Mastodons?
Oh, it's very important for us. You know, we kind of put ourselves up against the wall with 2 losses. You know, we kind of got unlucky at UMKC, and but you know, those things happen, especially in a conference like ours, where everybody's fighting and clawing, and you know, everybody, you know, can beat anybody on any given day. So you know, you can't really look at the past, you know, where IPFW is. I heard they're, you know, turned their program around, and they got, you know, quite a, you know, a lot of good players there. So, you know, we're just looking ahead at Michigan right now, play well against Michigan, and get some confidence going into IPFW, and should be a good game.
Your team plays a very exciting match tomorrow night with University of Michigan coming to the house. How important is it to you guys to get a win, and especially defend your home turf here?
I mean, Michigan's our big local rival out of the other Michigan schools. It's our biggest. The 4 years I've been here, we haven't beaten them yet. So I think my senior year, I really want to get out with a win, especially against them.
Do you guys draw any extra confidence from going ahead and beating Michigan State earlier in the year?
I think we ran on that confidence earlier in the season, but it's past now. We need to turn the season around.
You guys can't get too caught up in looking at Michigan, because you do have a huge conference matchup coming up with IPFW. Talk a little bit about your thoughts going into that game.
I mean, IPFW is the bigger one of the two. Obviously, U of M, it's the big local rival. We're going to be up for that. But IPFW sits on top of the table in the Summit League, 2-0. And if we win that, we're right back in it.